Rich Bailey, the sales manager at J. Schmidt Son in Boring, Oregon. From our entire company, I'd like to thank you for working with us over the years, and especially this year. This year's restrictions have limited in-person tours to our nursery, and we sure miss seeing those who visit yearly and those who visit for the first time. We also know that whether over the phone, at a trade show, or through other channels, many of you have mentioned wanting to tour but have never had the chance. Whatever the reason, we're excited to bring the nursery to you by way of this virtual tour. Of course, we still welcome in-person tours, but if you can't make it out, please sit back, relax, and enjoy seeing J. Frank Schmidt.
Our nursery was founded by Evelyn and J. Frank Schmidt Jr. in 1946, when the newlyweds planted their first crop of trees on 10 acres near Troutdale. As the family grew to include 4 children, the nursery grew to include farms near Canby, Milton Freewater, and Boring, where corporate offices were established in 1973.
Here, our Hood Acres Farm serves as the administrative and shipping hub for our farms, where more than 500 tree varieties and cultivars are grown on nearly 3,000 acres.
Our nursery is recognized worldwide as a leading grower, developer, and introducer of shade, flowering, and specialty ornamental trees.
Daily operations are guided by Frank and Evelyn's grandchildren with support from an experienced management team and a board of directors that includes second and third generation family members.
The founder's legacy of giving back to horticulture and community continues through the Frank and Evelyn Schmidt Family Foundation.
The introduction of red sunset maple led to our becoming known for growing new ideas. Frank Jr.'s outstanding red maple inspired us to keep seeking new and improved trees. Our efforts have led to the introduction of more than 100 unique cultivars tailored for landscapes of the future.
I'm here with Eric Henrich, J. Frank Schmidt production manager. Eric's been with us for 18 years. Eric, out of those 18 years, what would you say makes J. Frank Schmidt production the best of the best?
Well, Rich, the production here was the best of the best before even I showed up. I'd like to take credit for it, but I can't. And so that's just that. Schmidt's have been in business for going on 75 years now. And so we have those established protocols and procedures and personnel to do the job.
That's pretty awesome. It really says a lot to what Schmidt's about. It's something that we strive for, and we want to get you the best trees we possibly can. Eric's leading that charge. We're going to do everything we can to provide you with the best trees in the industry.
Here at J. Frank Schmidt Son Company, aside from having decades of experience and being really good at what we do, we have very high quality standards. So one thing you can count on is that when we go through the process of grading our trees, you're going to get a premium product. We're not going to send you our seconds or our B grade. What you're going to get is a high quality tree. I want to just take a second to show off this American Dream Oak. You can see how well the branching is formed. It's symmetrical on both sides. We've done a little bit of extra pruning. This is an excellent tree, and I hope you buy some this winter. Thank you.
I'm with Guy Meacham, our new plant development manager here at J. Frank Schmidt. Guy's been with the company for over 30 years, helping to introduce new trees to the market. I'm standing in one of our long-term trial blocks, and I'd like Guy to explain a little bit about what this block means to Schmidt and what it means for our customers.
Yeah, so if we are trialing some of our not our new introductions, but trees we're looking at as potential introductions, either material that's come up through our own breeding program or from selections in the field, or if we're looking at material that other people have sent us for evaluation, then first we do growing trials in the field along with the regular crop. That teaches us a lot about how the crop grows compared to cultivars we're already producing. But then we also need more information over a longer period of time before we'd feel comfortable introducing a tree. And so that's what these blocks are about. Pretty much one of everything we evaluated makes it as far as these blocks and gets planted in these blocks. And then it's here for 10 to 12 years while we just continue to evaluate and collect information on it. And sometimes you've made a decision in less time than that, but sometimes it takes that long before you decide to go ahead and introduce a tree.
Sure. I know we have around 5 of these long-term trial blocks here at the nursery. How many trees on average would you say are in the blocks?
Oh, there's a few. There's 2 to 3, 400 in each block, but overall probably about 1,500 in these long-term blocks at any one time.
Wow, that's amazing. I know Schmidt really works hard to produce a tree and introduce a tree that's better than anything else on the market. Can you speak a little bit more about that, about what we look to for those trees?
If we're going to introduce a tree, then there has to be some characteristic about that tree that's not available or better than what's available in the industry at the moment. So it could be many things. It could have better disease resistance or better cold tolerance, a different flowering time, or just a different colored flower or better full color. But there has to be some measurable characteristic that we can say this is why we're introducing this new cultivar.
Great. Guy's one of the very few people in the industry who have a vision to the future introductions of trees. We're excited to have him on our team. He's been here for a long time, and appreciate the time you've been able to spend and tell us a little bit about the trees.
All right.
Thank you. I'm glad you had a chance to meet some of the great people at J. Frank Schmidt making the best trees in the world. Take a ride with me. We'll go see some more of the nursery. We have 6 locations across Oregon totaling close to 3,000 acres. High Forest, Hood Acres, and Cottrell Farm in the Boring area, Milton in northeastern Oregon, and our Barlow and Sunset Farms in the Willamette Valley near Canby. Most of our trees start out right here at our High Forest Farm. The farm was established in 1977 when we began growing seedlings and making soft and hardwood cuttings off red maples and other trees that are relatively easy to propagate. 40 years later, the operation has grown to more than 200 acres, which includes a sophisticated greenhouse range where we propagate many trees that are hard to grow. Nowadays, High Forest serves as the nursery for the nursery, where our experienced propagation team processes and supplies nearly all rootstock, seedlings, and lining out stock for the entire company. Seed is sown almost every month of the year, and it takes about 25 weeks during the fall, winter, and spring months to dig, transplant, and process the nearly 42 miles of young trees. What an awesome farm! I'd like to introduce Sam Barkley. Sam's the farm manager here at High Forest. He's also on the JFS board, and he's a third-generation Schmidt family member. Sam, why don't you give us a little bit about what you do here at the farm?
So here at High Forest, we grow all the seedlings from seed, from cuttings, tissue culture, and we take all these and we send all these to our other bare root farms, our 3 main bare root farms here in Boring area, down in Canby, and Milton Freewater. And peak season, we have just about over 10 million plants on this farm, where if you were to plant them from Boring, it'd reach all the way to Nashville, Tennessee, if you plant them 12 inches apart.
Wow.
It's kind of a crazy little fun fact.
Yeah, that's amazing. Sam's been with us for
A little over 12 years.
a little over 12 years, ton of experience, been doing a great job at High Forest, and it's such a great place to start off the trees. High Forest Farm distributes our seedlings, transplants, and rootstock to our bare root and container farms, where they are planted and grown on for another 2 to 4 or more years. Production farms located near Canby, Boring, and Milton Freewater give us the advantage of several distinct microclimates where we can match the tree species with their most favorable growing conditions. Ginkgos, elms, redbuds, and other flowering trees, especially crabapples and cherries, grow best in the rich, deep, loamy soils and slightly warmer temperatures of our Barlow Sunset Farm. Spanning about 1,200 acres, it's located in the Willamette Valley, a few miles south of Canby. You'll find many species and cultivars of oaks and maples thriving at our headquarters near Boring, an easy and scenic 30-minute drive east of Portland International Airport. Here in the higher elevation of the Cascade foothills, our trees take root in well-drained volcanic soils and are cooled by breezes from the Columbia River Gorge. It's hard to beat the view of Mount Hood that inspired the name of our headquarters farm and offices, Hood Acres. While most of the nearly 1,000 acres that make up our Hood Acres farm are devoted to bare root production, it's also the home of our balled and burlapped container, and root bag tree production. Most of our sawdust beds where we heel in harvested product and our 3.5 million cubic feet of refrigerated cold storage is located here. Hood Acres is our main shipping hub, where our crews stay busy during the winter months, loading trees from our 10 covered loading docks and sending more than 900 refrigerated semi-trucks to destinations across the continent. There's one more bare root farm that we want to show you, so buckle up for takeoff. As we leave the ground, we'll catch a quick glimpse of our Hood Acres bare root fields and container operation, which we'll tour after we get back. Located at the foothill of the Blue Mountains in Oregon's northeast corner, near the little town of Milton Freewater, J. Frank Schmidt Milton Farm is the perfect place to grow tough trees for our customers in severe climates. At Milton, we experience cold, snowy winters and hot, dusty summers, temperature swings, high winds, and drought. Historic water rights to the Walla Walla River give us ample irrigation water for growing trees that are prairie tough, climate resilient, and ready to thrive in our customers' nurseries. Elms, hackberry, serviceberry, and other trees that don't perform well in the high rainfall of our Willamette Valley farms thrive here, as you can see. We grow a lot of autumn brilliant serviceberry at this farm. Now we'd like to highlight some of our individual product lines. Our inside sales team, who supports our outside sales reps, will be up next. Tammy Bowman will talk to you about bare root trees. Bridget Norby will cover our container grown product, and Jessica Hutchings will dig into B&B.
Introducing Armstrong Gold Red Maple. We selected it out of hundreds of seedlings of Armstrong maple. We chose it for its dense upright growth. Its fall color is gold to orange. As it matures, it will not open up like Armstrong can. We also grow Armstrong Gold Red Maple in a low branched. These are 1-year trees. We'll harvest every other row this fall. These trees will grade out as 5, 6, and 7 foot whips. This is the Emerald City Tulip Tree. It's a selection of our native tulip tree. We selected this variety for its uniform shape, glossy dark green leaves, and predictable performance. These are 2-year trees that we'll harvest this fall and ship to you this spring.
Crews are busy year-round at Cottrell Farm, where we containerize some of our bare root and B&B product lines. Here we devote 80 acres to growing a full line of premium quality, retail-ready trees in sizes ranging from number 5 containers to 2-inch plus caliper trees in 30-inch wire baskets. Our Vigorliner product line and tougher, more finicky trees are also grown at Cottrell in our grafting department greenhouses. Over the years, we've learned that growing our trees in containers allows us to monitor them as they finish and share production knowledge we learn from our product to help our customers be successful. This is our Vigorliner product. We grow Vigorliners in 2 different vessels. Sometimes that can be a little bit confusing, so I wanted to explain a little bit about what those mean. This product is our 3-gallon VL. The 3-gallon VL is a hard wall slotted pot that's air pruned for the root system. This product is a 3RP VL, which is a root pouch product grown in a fabric bag. Over the last few years, we've had the same variety grown in both vessels so that we can determine which vessel produces a stronger root system for the customer. And that's the direction we intend to go in the future. We want to be sure that whatever we produces the best root system for you. There are a couple grade requirements that we shoot for in the Vigor Liner product. At caliper, we aim to a minimum grade of 7/16 inch up to 1/2 inch, and that's a little bit variety specific. And then in heights, we shoot for 54 inches to 60 inches, and again, that's variety specific. The 4 trees I pulled out of the greenhouse today are native sassafras, fantastic fall color plant, again native, strong for certain areas. Heptacodium, this plant gives a really great later summer bloom, which you don't get in a lot of trees, so this gives a nice attribute to that. It also has some really great exfoliating bark, really a nice tree. This is Northern Herald Redbud, really strong flowering plant, deep magenta color, really nice northern strain. This is a newer item for us. There's a little over 200 on the stock available as we sit. And this is Slender Silhouette Sweet Gum. Really a nice tree, really tight, upright, columnar shape. Gets a fantastic kaleidoscope of fall color. Another great winter for tight spaces, hedging, a lot of good stuff with that tree. So there's 4 options in these to take a look at. But again, we do our best to produce a really fantastic plant for you.
Hi, my name is Bridget Norby and I work in customer service at J. Frank Schmidt. Today we're going to talk about some really great container trees that we have to offer, either for shipping in the fall or again in the spring. One of the first ones I'm going to talk about today is the Quercus scarlet or scarlet oak. This one is in a 7-gallon container, and what we'll see, what we like about it right away, is the red foliage. The oaks tend to hold on to their foliage longer and giving us a longer season to enjoy their color. This one's also hardy to a zone 4, making it really great for colder climates. The next group of trees I'd like to show you is the Prairie Sentinel hackberry. The Prairie Sentinel hackberry is native to Kansas and is very tolerant of drought and hot weather conditions. We grow this tree in 2 different forms, the first one being your typical tree form and the second one being the low branch. The low branch is really great for privacy screens and hedges. The next tree I'd like to show you is Pink Cascade Cherry. This is an ornamental tree that offers something for every season. In the spring, it is covered in prolific pink blooms. The summer brings cascading branches of green foliage that turn orange-red in the fall. Its weeping habit also provides interest in the winter landscape. The next tree I have here is Pacific Fire Maple. This vine maple is known for its brilliant red stems that really stand out in the winter landscape. We grow this in a multi-stem form because landscapers really like to use it in naturalized plantings. The last tree I have here is the Chanticleer flowering pear. This upright tree has clusters of tiny white flowers in the spring and a great variety of fall color. It also offers colder climates, another option for a flowering tree since it's hardy to a zone 4.
Bald and burlap trees complement our bare root and container production. About 180 acres of our Hood Acres farm are devoted to the production of Japanese maple, dogwood, perodia, sweet gum, redbud, snowbell, select conifers, and other species that are difficult to transplant bare root. Offered sizes range from 1 inch to around 2.5 inch, and orders are harvested in the fall. Although we offer machine digging at request, we still dig a lot by hand. A 2-man crew can dig around 200 root balls a day.
Hi, I'm Jessica Hutchings. I am an inside salesperson here at J. Frank Schmidt, and today I want to talk to you about some B&B trees. First up, we have Fragrant Fountain styrax, or snowbell. These are really nice because they are faster growing than some of the other styrax, and they are also more resistant to frost damage. They get about 8 foot tall and about 6 foot wide, and in early June are just smothered in beautiful, delicate little white flowers. So they're a really nice addition to the flower bed or along a pathway. Heartthrob is a pink blooming Kusa type dogwood. It's a little slower growing than Scarlet Fire, but the flowers are bigger. And it's one of the earliest of the Kusa varieties to get the exfoliating bark that looks so cool. One of the most standout things about the way J. Frank Schmidt grows Heartthrob is that we actually train a leader into the top, which none of our competitors do. And that goes a long way towards the structure of the tree as it matures. Here we've got our Merlot redbud. These are a gorgeous purpley form of Cercis, but the really nice thing about these is that they are less prone to canker than the forest pansy. Rivers Beach, old school purple leaf variety, classic broad beech shape, faster growing than some of the other varieties, and also slightly less susceptible to woolly beech aphid. Plus you get these fun purple leaves that add zing to the landscape.
After your whirlwind tour of our farms, fields, and greenhouses, you're probably ready for a walk in the park and for a preview of what all of our trees will look like when they grow up.
We're the marketing and communications team here at J. Frank Schmidt, Jeff LaFrenz and Nancy Bewley, and we welcome you to the J. Frank Schmidt Jr. Arboretum. It's the showroom floor for our nursery.
Jeff is our marketing director. He's a man of many talents, webmaster, photographer, graphic designer, and more.
And Nancy is our communications director. She's a writer, speaker, tour guide, and tree advocate. She's the point person for our landscape architects and other specifier groups.
Jeff and I spend a lot of time in this arboretum, photographing the trees and getting to know them so we can share the word about them.
Established in 1984, our 10-acre arboretum showcases our diverse product line. Around 350 trees are on display. All are labeled with Latin and common names. Signage includes the tree's planting date and its production method.
Trees are grouped by genus and species. Unique foliage, fruit, flowers, form, and fall color create a show that changes daily. Season by season, it's a non-stop cycle of beauty.
This special corner of our nursery is a wonderful place to experience the beauty and pleasure of trees. We hope you'll visit soon.
It's been my pleasure to show you around J. Frank Schmidt. I hope this video has given you a glimpse of who we are and the confidence to know that we really strive to ship you top quality trees. I speak for everyone here when I say thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to tour our nursery. And for those who haven't yet made it out in person, I hope we've offered you just enough that you want to come out and see more. Thanks again.